folks, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Heather.
And we're making an awesome soup that is the best for people that have just gone through caverns.
We're making loaded potato soup.
And it is the best soup for people who have been through caverns.
Awesome, let's get going.
All right.
All right, so here's what we're gonna need to make our loaded potato soup. We have our chicken stock, our milk. We're gonna use the Thrive Life green onions. We really like this because that way I don't have green onions going bad in my refrigerator. We've got regular onions, garlic, our pepper. I bought parsley like this because the parsley at the grocery store is really right now. So our potatoes, sour cream, cheese, and our bacon from the East Dayton Meat and Poultry. Hi, Stephanie. So Stephanie is the lady that I talk to every time I go over there, and she's awesome.
She kills it.
Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put some butter in our pan, and we're going to put in our onions first, and we're gonna saute our onions until they're just kind of translucent, and then right at the end we're gonna put in our garlic, because we don't want our garlic to burn. And I'm going to turn that down a little bit. All right.
It smells so good.
It's just onions and butter.
I know.
So the next thing we're going to do is I've already got some chopped. I cut it into little slices, but that is our bacon, and we're going to do that next. All right. So you guys have seen me season my cast iron pans, and if you look, that bacon isn't sticking to it at all. Part of it is because bacon has a high fat content, but even sometimes with something with a high fat content, it will still stick in a cast iron pan that isn't seasoned well. So that bacon is doing awesome. All right, and so now we're going to put our garlic in. Because our onions are translucent looking, if you can see that, they're kind of, yeah, just kind of translucent. You can kind of see through them. So we're not looking for caramelized, you don't want them brown, but you do want to, where they're kind of, they start to, where they're translucent and you can see through them. Get out of the bacon. All right, so now we're going to put in our spices. So we're going to put in a little bit of salt, and then we're going to put in some paprika. Just a little bit of that. And then we're also going to put in some black pepper. All right. So now, I'm going to stir this around again. All right, so we're going to dump in our potatoes now. And these I've been washed, peeled, and cut into cubes. Oops, somebody got a peel in there. You don't need that. And then we're gonna add our chicken stock in, our chicken broth. And I'm ashamed to admit it, I had to buy chicken broth because I ran out of mine and I haven't been able to make any recently. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in. And then we're gonna turn this up and bring it to a boil. Hot. All right, so we're taking our bacon out. And it looks delicious. No, you can't have it. Oh, you're holding my paper towel for me. I thought you were stealing my bacon.
You can't see it on the camera, so I was holding.
My hand's in the way. But I gotta use both of these so I can get all my goodies out. Waka, 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 waka. Here we go. Like my oven mitts? My kids said they look like Pac-Man. Waka, 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 waka.
They say a watch pot never boils, but it's boiling. And I'm watching. And so are you.
All right, so we are going to turn our heat down. And we're going to take our potato masher, and we're actually going to just kind of roughly mash up these potatoes and even the onions together to give it kind of the soup a thicker consistency.
So smashing up the potatoes releases the starches in the potato to give you a thicker sauce?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it makes the bits of potato a little smaller and a little easier to chew.
Yeah.
So that you don't have this giant chunk of potato.
Oh, I like potato soup.
All right, so if you can see here, it's kind of roughly chopped up. I'm finding a few big chunks, but not very many. So you got all different kind of texture in there. Hope there's a couple of them that need to be squished. But so that way your soup, and it's actually already starting to thicken up a bit. So we're going to let that cook for a minute, and then we're going to put our parsley and our Thrive green onions in it. All right, so I'm going to take about a handful of these green onions and put them in there, maybe a little bit more because this is kind of a big pot. But probably like if you got a bunch of green onions at the grocery store and you chop the tops of them, that would be plenty for this. We're going to give that a stir. Yeah, it's already starting to get pretty thick, which is good. So we're going to stir that and let those refresh in there. And then I'm going to put some parsley in it. Like I said, I got this just because the parsley at the grocery store is not looking good this time of the year. And this lasts in the refrigerator a lot longer. I can have this for a couple of weeks and it'll be fine. Now we are going to add in our sour cream. So we're going to put a couple of dollops of sour cream in here.
Oh.
This is a pretty big pot. So I'm going to put about 3 in there. All right, and then we're going to just stir it up until it kind of dissolves. And like I said, I'm going to turn my heat down a little more because what I don't want to do is like scorch it. All right, so that's mostly stirred in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our cheese in it. You want to add your cheese in slowly because you don't want a big glump, whatever, of cheese in the bottom of your soup. So we're going to do this slowly.
The cheesy goodness has to be spread across the soup.
And you want it to be melted before you add any more in. So here we go. That's pretty much melted there. And so we're going to add another handful. And all of this cheese isn't going to go into the pot. We're going to have some to garnish the top of our soup with.
Does it matter if it's freshly grated or if it's the store-bought stuff?
It doesn't matter. For me, I find that if I grate it myself, it actually melts in better because store-bought cheese has a like a cornstarch kind of coating on it to keep it from sticking together. And sometimes it takes it a little longer for it to melt in there. All right, so our last step is we're gonna add some milk in here. Now you could use half and half, you could use heavy cream if you wanted. But we're gonna put a little bit of milk in it. All right, and so we're gonna let this go for about 5 to 7, maybe 10 minutes on a low heat. Like right now I've got it on like 2. We don't want to burn the milk. We just wanna get it warmed up in there. And you wanna kinda keep stirring it for a while so your cheese doesn't all sink to the bottom. But just keep stirring and it should be good. All right, so we're gonna put our soup in a bowl and then we're gonna garnish it. We're gonna get some of that juice here.
Sour cream.
Sour cream.
And cheese.
A little bit of cheese. And a little bit of bacon.
Bacon.
And then we'll do a little bit of pepper. And a little bit of salt. All right.
This is a cure for a cold day. Look at that. Let's try it.
Makes all of your cavernine fears go away.
All of your cavernine.
We'll get a little bit of cheese, a little bit of
Gotta
sour
get the
cream,
bacon
and
in
bacon.
there, too.
Okay, ready? This is gonna be messy.
I gotta blow on mine because I don't like burning my mouth. Is it hot?
Oh, it's so good. What is it? Katie says eating soup is like having an intestine sweater. It makes your insides all warm.
Oh my gosh.
That is so good.
That is amazing. Check out the stuff below for whatever we do there.
The recipe.
Thank you. I'm taken off by this amazing food. Thanks for watching the loaded baked potato soup.
Loaded potato soup.
Loaded potato soup.
Make sure you like and subscribe. You just eat. And leave any comments that you have down below. If you have any questions, please leave them. I'll try to answer them. And that's it. More updates as we go. Bye.